A big hello to all and welcome to Interface Technologies. Why big hello? Because we all hustle to go big, earn big, and make big name for the organizations that we are working for. Right? So, in the series of lectures, we'll be discussing how to build strategies for healthcare marketing. Right? And this is video number 1, where we'll put light on marketing and strategies for the domain healthcare. And why healthcare domain? Because many people find healthcare marketing and strategy building for healthcare marketing very, very complicated. The second chaos we are going to put end to, many people think that digital marketing cannot be applied to healthcare. So we'll go through the slides and I'll make sure that at the end of the lecture, you all have that adrenaline rush so that you can go to your desks, sit down and make strategies for your healthcare. Right? So you may be a hospital, you may be a clinic, you may be a medical store, or a business that deals in medical equipment. Right? So before we start, I want you to get up and have a look around the world that you live in. What do you find? Do you find it very, very complicated? Yes, it is. When we grow up and we see world is changing, everything around us is changing, be it technology or be it anything else. And we're living in this world. We do business in this world. We have families. We earn money. We take care of the families. And we do every single thing and whatever is possible under us, right? So life can be much broader because the life that we are already living in is maybe a bit complicated or maybe a limited life. So it can be much broader. It can be much bigger once you realize that everything around you was made by people. It's people who keep on changing it. And if they can change, you can change as well. Because the people who go on changing are not smarter than you. They're not bigger than you. So you can influence it. You can build your own things. You can change things that other people can use. Right? So let me give you an example of change. Did you ever demand for Facebook? No, you did not. WhatsApp? No, you did not. Did you demand for Twitter? No, you did not. But yet Facebook was given to you. Yet you used it, you loved it, you shared it, you liked it. All right? And then what they did, they changed the entire Facebook. They gave you a new timeline with cover picture, with profile picture, and you again used it, loved it, liked it, and shared it. Right? So that's what marketing is all about. Earlier, traditional marketing was all about understanding the needs and requirements of people and building campaigns and products as per the needs and requirements of the market or the people. But now things have changed dramatically. Now, you know that the way we communicate and collaborate in today's world has completely changed. So now, in today's marketing, what we do not only understand the needs and requirements, we understand the psyche of the people, the psyche of the market, and build our products and services and raise the campaigns as per the psyche of people. So that's what today's marketing is all about. And theoretically, marketing is nothing but management. Greatest people of all, they're self-managed people. They do not need to be managed by anyone else. Once they know what to do, they'll easily figure out how to do. So there are two portions, what and how. So what is more important than how? Because unless you're having common vision about that what, how part cannot be achieved. Because how part is marketing. Let me give you an example. Now can you imagine two teams playing football match and they're running after the ball and they do not have a goal post? Why are they running after the ball if they do not have a goal post? Insane. Is that possible? No, that's not possible. Right? So running after the ball without a goal post is marketing something that you're not sure of. All right, so that cannot be done. Okay. So now go and fix goal posts, two goal posts for two teams. Now what they do, they make strategies about how to take the ball inside the goal post, and then they go on kicking the ball so that the ball goes near to the goal post and finally in the goal post. So that's where what comes into picture. So unless you're sure about what has to be done, unless you're having that common vision, right, nothing can be achieved. So having that common vision is what leadership is all about. And leadership is not only that. Leadership, after having the common vision, is being able to articulate so that the people around you can understand it. And after they understand it, you may get consensus on a common vision. So You need to come out of the notion that life is there, you're just going to live it. No. Change it, embrace it, and make your mark upon it. Right? So let's start with this show. Introduction. So I'm not a familiar face, no, I'm not a known face at all. So I'll introduce my company before I introduce myself. So I work for Interface Technologies, and Interface Technologies is a public relation, marketing, and advertising company. In short, we are business advisory, or we can say advisory in business, sales, and marketing, right? And we are specifically focused in healthcare marketing and very, very specifically focused in digital marketing of healthcare domain. All right. And why Interface? Why we? Boy, everyone wants to spend less and drive more out of the less he spends, isn't it? It's very easy to spend tons and tons and tons of rupees and then drive more patients to your door, right? So what we are going to learn today, that how do we use technology to spend less and drive more to your door, more patients in your case, because you're a healthcare, right? Okay, now my name is Fahim. I am the Director Marketing and Strategies, Interface Technologies Private Limited, right? So my Facebook handle, and it's my Twitter handle, my WhatsApp handle is also here. So you can notify me, you can buzz me any moment, and I shall be content to reply immediately, if not instantly. Right, so ask to the point and related to topic questions. So I'll try my best to give you relevant answers. Right, so let's start. Okay, what do you see here? A number. So this number is what you all are interested in. You know why? Because once we're talking about marketing, what do you think? The only thing that comes into your mind is that who is it we are going to reach? Who is going to listen to us? Right, so be happy that there are over 24 crore internet users in India. And out of 24 crore, over 10 crore users are always active on social media. That means people are there. They're waiting for you. Go out, reach them. Tell them about the products and services you are providing. Do not only tell them, convince them. And finally, bring them to your door, right? And Interface, as I said, we don't only help them in business and marketing, right? We help them to strengthen their business footprint and build a sustainable competitive advantage. Why sustainable competitive advantage? Because if you're already online, you're not the only one who is online, right? If you are there to answer people queries, you're not the only one who is answering them. You're not only one who is addressing patients. So that's why competitive advantage is very, very important. Why? Because you all want to get listed up. Okay, and why digital? Boy, it's pretty easy, because people are waiting for us. We want to be digital because there are already people who are waiting. We just have to reach them. All right, how many? The number is here. Remember this number. Remember this always. All right, so let's go to next slide. Okay, now, so you already know the number now. Now, how do you reach out to them? How do you convince them and yet drive them to your door? For that, you need to understand the 4 proven marketing systems that every business must optimize to maximize the revenue growth, right? So what are those 4 systems? So that's what we are going to learn, that how to take use of those 4 proven marketing systems to dominate your market and take your income to an entirely new level, right? And why Interface? As I said, that we're always behind you, we're never ahead of you. Because we are a company that relies on customer success, because we cannot be successful unless you are successful. That's why we said behind your success lies the success of Interface Technologies, right? So that's why we're always behind you. We are never ever ahead of you, right? So let's analyze those 4 proven marketing systems that every business must optimize to maximize the revenue growth, right? Why do we? Because all small businesses are resource constrained, they are time constrained, money constrained, manpower constrained, and they all hustle to earn more with less. And in order to gain that maximum, we need to take use of the technology. We need to take use of every single tool that's available at our disposal, isn't it? So let's take a look at those 4 pro marketing systems. Now for that, first of all, let me give you the brief about the competitive landscape that has changed dramatically over the years. from traditional marketing to digital marketing. We used to meet people, book appointments, travel out of the state, out of the country, in the country, right? But what we do now, we sit on the computer, use our brains, make strategies, understand the psyche of the people, and reach out to them. Okay, so that's how it has changed. Can you see this picture? Okay, this picture shows how it has changed. All right. So you can remember from traditional to digital marketing, right? So let's go to the next slide. Okay. So now, did you know searching for healthcare info is the third most popular online activity? The moment I tell you go digital, you'll say, okay, if I go digital, is it me who is going to reach out to people? No, it's not you who is going to reach out to people because the landscape has changed. So has the way your customers search and find you. But unfortunately, businesses have been pretty slow to adapt to this change. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about the systems that we need to have in place to capitalize to these changes. Isn't it? Because people are searching, not web. It's searching that is the third most popular online activity. But are they searching for you? No, they're not searching for you. They're searching for the products and services that you're providing. Right? Maybe they're searching for medicines, they're searching for diseases, they are searching for, the particular set of doctors available. Isn't it? So it's time to think beforehand and have your digital presence so that you're there to answer the queries. When people search you, they find you. When people search for the services, they find you ultimately. Right? So this is something that'll bring you, or at least give you a bit of smile before we move ahead. Right? Let's go ahead. All right. So now you know that people are searching for you. Okay, so now what are the things that you need to have in place in order to capitalize on that search, in order to make sure that when people search for you, they find you? For that, we need to understand three drivers of change. Search, social, mobile. These are the terms you must be familiar with. You already know them. Search like Yahoo, like Bing, like Google, social like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and mobile, the biggest game changer of all, because now people access information from the mobile. They search from the mobile devices, they access social media from mobile devices. All right, most organizations are now present on www, but what do? They have their website names written on visiting cards. Fill the spaces of visiting cards. So they're expecting people who already visit them, so they're expecting them to visit their website as well. But why? We don't want to be available for someone who already visits, right? Who's already our customer. We want to be available for someone who doesn't even know us. We want to answer and we want to reply to people who doesn't even know us so that they come to know about our hospital or clinic. Isn't it? Because we invest a lot in healthcare. We may have every machinery available in the clinic. We may be a hospital with theater, a hospital without theater, right? A hospital with a pharmacy shop. We invest a lot. And the question is how to reach out to people, how to tell them and convince them, right? So do not launch websites just to fill spaces of your business cards. No. Make sure that your website is found when people search for you, not type over the URL like www.yourwebsite.com. Isn't it? So these are three things that we'll analyze, we'll expand. Because now these three things directly impact your business. Because your consumer knows that there are these three things. Isn't it? These three things are important to capitalize. So let's analyze one by one. So let's start with search. Okay, search engines, they didn't even exist 15 years ago. Now they are a part of the way we operate every single day. And now it's very, very easier to find people, to find products, to find services and more online using search engines. And now search engines are accessible from multiple devices. Devices like tablets, mobile phones, smartphones, laptops, desktops. Right? It's no longer yellow pages. Yellow pages rip. It's now search engines. And to give you more confidence, take a look at this. 92% of consumers have more confidence in info found online than they do in anything from a salesman or any other source. Right? 92% of consumers, they do not only find you, but they trust you now. So in other words, not only they're finding information, But the information that they are finding, they have more faith in that and they have more trust in that information. You know why? Why? Because they think the online information is correct because the information has come as an answer to their queries, not as an advertisement. So an advertisement is put to attract the customer, but an information is put to address the customer. Right? So addressing a customer and attracting a customer, they are two different things. All right. So remember this figure. So move to next slide. All right. So the second driver of change is social. I already said once we had information on our computers, but now the world is at the palm of your customers. And that's the plus point because people may not sit on a computer the entire day, but now they use smartphones to get access to the information. And we can certainly make use of that. Mobile, so, this device and this device. Social is accessed from mobile. And mobile search gives people an immediate action that we are looking at. And now if your organization is not present on mobile, right? And if you do not understand how mobile is changing the business, well, your competitors may win over you, right? Because as I said, mobile is the biggest game changer of all. So let's go to social and stick to social. Now, if you go on and have a page on Facebook or on Twitter, what they do, you post something. Now the content is created by you as a publisher, but the content doesn't remain that only. Content is further created not only by the publisher, but it's created by the consumer. So it's the consumer who is creating the who's creating the content. How? Because when you post something, you may have people liking it. Once they like it, it's spread to others. You may have people commenting. You may have people sharing your post. That means now people are making you big. Now it's people who are sharing about you, isn't it? Right? Number second is ratings. Right? When someone visits you, after all, you are a healthcare. You need to remember you are a healthcare. Healthcare. If you do not take care of patient's health, he'll go out and say bad about you, write bad about you, rate you lower. So social media ratings are very, very important because once people check ratings are higher, the trust is increased by 100 to 200%. So ratings is very important, and for ratings you need to make sure that once marketing is going fine, customer retention is also there. Customer retention is also doing fine. So you can retain a customer by providing him very good services. All right, and when the services are provided, once he's satisfied, he'll go out and rate you best, and those ratings help you in gaining business, right? And critics. I recently met one managing director of a hospital. It's a very big hospital. He said, I do not want to be on Facebook. I said, why? He said, I may have people who may visit and write bad about my organization. And he was worried about that. He had that fear. And that fear is not correct at all. Because if people come to your social networking page and they write bad about your about your organization, I said, at least you can address them. You can convince them. You can respond to their critics. Right? And you can convince them there only if they're writing bad on your wall or on your post. And now, if they're not writing it on your social networking page, what they do? They most probably go out and tell their friends and relatives about that. So that's more toxic for an organization because spreading bad word of mouth kills the organization. Isn't it? So if you as a businessman, you do not understand critics, you do not understand business. So critics are there to be addressed. If you do not have critics, you're not doing business at all. All right? Okay, so now always remember the third and the last driver of change is what first two are related with. People are now accessing all two things, search and social, from the mobile devices. Isn't it? So social targeting we'll be discussing in next slide, that is precision targeting. Okay, now coming back to precision targeting. What is precision targeting? Targeting people by location, by age, education, connections, demographics, interests, relationship status. Right? If you're a matrimony website, you may be interested in this because you want to target only unmarried men and women. Right? And what is precision targeting? Now let me analyze it by giving you more examples. Let's say you are a company and you are publishing an advertisement over the front page of the newspaper. Let's say front page of the newspaper. Okay, I know that I have to increase the font. All right, is it readable now? All right, front page of the newspaper, an advertisement will cost you around, okay, it will cost you around, let's say 1 lakh rupees, right? And the reach would be around 2 lakh people. So you're spending 1 lakh to reach 2 lakh people if you're publishing any advertisement over the front page of the newspaper. All right. So let's say you are publishing or you are selling hair dye, and the brand is Garnier hair dye, right? And you're selling for women, right? So there are two things that you need to understand. Women means, the women who can use your hair dye. Maybe the women who are greater than 35 years of age. All right. So now, once you're publishing, you are spending 1 lakh rupees to reach to 2 lakh people, right? How many do you think out of 2 lakh would be women? Let's say about 50%. So let us be very generous in this. 50% women means 1 lakh are women. All right. And out of 1 lakh, how many are greater than 35 years old? Again, let's say out of 1 lakh, 50% are greater than 35 years old. So that means 50,000 women. So now the question number 1, why are you paying for 2 lakh people when you're reaching out to 50,000 women only? That is my question, right? And out of 50,000, how many do you think would come and purchase your product? Let's say, let us be more generous here. Let's say 50% equals 25,000. Okay, so now 25,000 eventually end up purchasing what you are selling. All right, so let's analyze the same using social. Let's analyze the same using social media marketing. Let's say you're spending to reach out to 2 lakh people, right? You spend around 25,000 rupees, right? So the cost is 25,000 rupees and the reach is let's say we are reaching 2 lakh, not people but women. Now what you do after you raise this advert over the social networking sites, right? You do precision targeting. You're targeting a specific gender, right? And that is women. And second thing that you do in precision targeting, you're targeting women who are greater than 35 years of age. So that is the plus point. That means you're paying 25,000 to reach to 2 lakh and you're reaching 2 lakh women, not 2 lakh people, right? And you're reaching 2 lakh who are 35 years old, not 1 lakh who are 35 years old. And let's do the 50% of this. So let's say 50% of 2 lakh is equivalent to 1 lakh. So this is precision targeting, isn't it? So now you are finally reaching out to 2 lakh who are interested in you, and out of 2 lakh, 1 lakh purchases. So that means 1 lakh purchases by paying only 25,000 rupees. Here, 25,000 purchases after paying 1 lakh rupees. So this is where the traditional marketing has, finished. It's gone. Right? Digital marketing and social media marketing has finally taken it over. Right? Have you understood? I hope you get each and everything here. Right? I hope you're understanding it. Right? So let's move to next slide. So this was precision targeting. Okay. Now digital as a future for healthcare marketing. Now you need to understand the key performers that contribute in patients' choice of doctors, hospitals. And Let's see who are the key performers that contribute in patients' choice of doctors. Understand this. Search engines are contributing 88% and the newspaper 23%, magazines 21%. So offline is giving you 36, 23 and 21, right? And referrals, physician office and family and friends, that means referrals are giving you 53 and 34. So referrals, it's about customer retention. When your customer is satisfied, you'll get 53 and 34% results without any doubt. And online 88, 76 and 62. And out of that, search engines are giving you 88%. So the world is changing. Are you? So the stats are here. They are correct stats, checked. You can go online and check it. So decide now. Decide before it's late for you. Okay, let's go to next slide. I already said that when patients are searching for you and your services, are you there to address them? If you're not there to address them, you're missing a significant marketing opportunity. Aren't you missing a significant marketing opportunity? Yes, of course you're missing it, right? Okay, now, some, correct stats. 60% of healthcare needs begin with online search. 76% of patients use hospital websites for research. That means if you're not having a website, you're losing 76% of patients who are around you, right? And 77% of patients, use search before they book an appointment. That means before booking an appointment, they'll search for you to build more confidence in you, right? And 44% patients who are searching for you, right? Out of 77, 44% who are searching for you will go and make an appointment and schedule an appointment and finally meet you. Meeting you is getting business, isn't it? Okay, so let's go to next slide. Right, it's the right time for healthcare industry to take the business where patients are. Where are they? They're online. Over 24 crore waiting for you. On computers, on laptops, on tablets, on smartphones, isn't it? Aren't they waiting for you? Okay, let's go to next slide.